remember I was on social media and I heard some dude say, it's plenty ways to make money, right? And I heard a woman say that too. Oh, it's plenty ways to make money. I thought that was just bullshitting. I wish that I thought that was just bullshitting, just saying stuff. You know how folks just be talking and saying shit up out their mouth? No, but when you really sit back and you think about it, you like, damn, it is a bunch of ways you can make some money. Like, when you start getting into the entrepreneurial mindset, right? And you like, okay, if I really don't want to work a 9-to-5, but I still need income, you gonna sit back and you gonna come up with so many different ways to make income. You gonna be like, what the fuck? Why didn't I think of this shit before? Like, I'm telling you, it's like the moment I started thinking about man, you start working on different business ideas or whatever, all of a sudden, like, let's say you thinking of 2 businesses off the top of your head. Once you like set a foundation for those 2 business ideas, next thing you know, you got like 10 more pop up in your brain. You can be like, ooh.
Construction reported ahead.
You gonna come up with, hold on, is that working? No. Oh, it is. Okay. You gonna come up with so many money making ideas. It's gonna be like, nah,
construction reported ahead.
Yes, it's construction. We get it. Shut up. Yeah, so once you establish yourself like 2 business ideas, you gonna have 8 more. You gonna be like, what the fuck? Why didn't I think about this before? I honestly feel like, okay, somebody has said something on TikTok recently and they asked me to explain it because somebody had made a video, right? Somebody had made a video about like why do the rich people don't hang around like average people, and he had gave his explanation, and I'm like, yeah, but I left a comment and I said it's deeper than that, and somebody comment and said explain. I don't know where that video is, but anyways, I'm gonna say this: the reason why rich people do not hang amongst regular people is because, like, I think he was saying something about the frequencies. Like, it's basically like when you ascend, when you're higher thinking. Why do you think? Okay, listen to this. I was just thinking about this when I was laying in my bed today. I said, why do you think it's called higher education? Not education. Why do you think it's called higher education? When you get your credentials, here go another method. When you get your certificates, right? If you like, fuck it, I don't want to go to school, but I'm gonna go get me a credential. I'm gonna go get me a certificate. Boom, that's another alternative way. Okay, period. You go get you a trade, however, boom. Why do you think when you get your credentials, then they like, oh well, we need you to attend higher education classes, or they call it what do they call it? Continuing education, right? It's because the more educated you get, the more your mind ascends. It's like the more you think, the higher you ascend. That's why that book is called Think and Grow Rich. I promise you, once you lay those 2 foundations of 2 business ideas and you actually working towards them bitches, you gonna come up with so many different money making ideas. You gonna be like, what the fuck? When I didn't think of these business ideas, right? You like, how am I gonna make money? You are having lower thoughts like, oh, I don't know how I'm gonna get this and da da da. You are having lower thoughts. But when you think and grow rich, you are ascending. You're putting your mind to like a higher altitude. So then when, like, say you on a plane, right? say you in a plane. You can't be on the fucking, what they call it, the plane walk. I don't know what the hell it's called. But once you have ascended in the air, why the fuck would you go back to the ground unless you're trying to drop off the fucking people? You don't got shit to drop off. But the folks at the ground think, oh, you should drop off all your money to us. Why? You're just going to spend it and you're not going to invest in yourself. But the people who have higher education, the people who have higher thoughts and a higher realm of thinking, they have ascended. So thus, when you even try to come back to folks at your hometown or wherever the fuck, you don't mesh. It don't work. The frequencies are already fucked up. Hello? You are already on high altitude. How is somebody in a high altitude that ascended in the motherfucking sky on the fucking plane? How are you gonna function on the ground? You just gonna roll slow? That's what motherfuckers who they're not entrepreneurial minded, or they don't get higher education. They think on a lower plane. That is what it is. That is what it is. And people like, you think you better. It's not a you think you better. It's I grew. I ascended to higher places. And I am now used to this playing field. I am at a different wavelength. I'm at a different frequency. It doesn't mean I believe I'm better. It's just I've seen better. And I know that I can acquire better. And I have accepted better. People who are at a lower plane, they don't ever want to accept better. They don't ever want to think higher. They don't ever really want more for themselves. They can say they want more, but are they really aiming for it?